Okay. Talking about Methodist, I was a Methodist pastor. Good news, we're not going to take offering today. I remember this. I went to this is not in Bangalore, it's in a different town. And the service already started, and a huge car, something like what Glenn was saying, a father and a son come in the big car. And huge car. They come, and as soon as they sit, the offering bag comes in. I said, good, you got stuck there, good. And I literally saw them take a few coins and drop it. Isn't it interesting that 100 rupees note looks very big on a Sunday morning? On a Monday morning, it looks very small. Try giving that to your daughter and go show her. 100 rupees, Papa. Give it to your wife and go shopping, 100 rupees, 100 rupees. What's wrong with you? Talking about the Methodist pastor and the thing, there was a Methodist pastor and there was a priest, a Catholic priest, and a rabbi, And they were just talking and said, how do you divide your money that comes in every Sunday? So the Methodist pastor said, you know what I do? I take the offering that comes on every Sunday and just draw a line. I just throw the money like that. Whatever falls on the right hand side, I give it to God. Left hand side, for me. The Catholic priest said, I'm not good in drawing lines. I just draw a small circle like that. And I just throw everything. Whatever falls inside the circle, God takes it. What falls outside, I take. Then the rabbi said, I'm not good in drawing lines, and I'm good in drawing circles of that. What I do is every Sunday, all the money that comes, I do take it like this, and I just throw it in the air. Said, God, whatever you can catch is yours. Whatever comes down is all mine. And going back to seminary days, we had the student organization, and they take offering for that. And I was sitting next to the treasurer of that student organization. And then the offering bag comes. And I look in my pocket and there's no money. And this guy, the treasurer, looks, Vasu, what offering? I said, not bad. I said, yeah. Then he puts his hand in his pocket, takes a 5 rupees note. He says, fellow is very generous. He gives that to me. I said, thank you. Such a good man you are. I put it faithfully into the offering bag. I come out of the service and he calls me, hey, what's up, come here? I said, what happened? You remember I bought one pickle bottle from you? Yeah. You owe me 5 rupees. I just not paid you, man. There was this minister who, one of his congregation members, as his occupation, he made candles, you see. And sometimes instead of putting money in the offering bag, he would put a candle or two. So there was the evening service that was taking place, and the pastor knew that the man who makes candles for a living was there. And the offering was taken, it was an evening service, and he knew that he had put candles. As he was preaching, suddenly the current goes off. Pitch dark. Now in his mind he knows that there is a candle in the offering bag. So here he's slowly going down. He puts his hand into the offering bag. And as he puts in the offering bag, the lights come on. Scandal. David said, I don't want to give anything that does not hurt me. We need to give till it hurts. And when you give, I'll tell you one thing. My wife, before I got married, she asked only 2 questions. Her father was a Baptist, I told you, but he was good. He allowed me. And that was not a joke. My wife is any day better. Okay. He allowed me to talk to her before I decided to get married. So here we are all in the room, And she asked me only 2 questions. She said, Okay, I want to ask you two questions before I choose whether to marry you or not. Will you get angry? I said, I'll get angry, but I won't beat you, don't worry. 25 years, I have not beaten her. Okay, then she asked me in the second question, do you give tithe? I said, yes. She decided to marry me. You know what I married her for? They told me she's home science. Good food was guaranteed. You remember in Orissa, there was this people that were displaced, and there was so much persecution of the Christians. And they were telling me in this believers who went through all of this, some of them were ordinary laborers, okay? Here is a church in Orissa. These people who have gone through this persecution, when the offering is announced, there's an offering plate right in the middle. And as they announce the hymn for the offering, the congregation not only sings, but they dance. And they give money, smiling, jokingly. We're full of joy. And God wants us to be a cheerful giver. Give a cheerful giver. And I'll tell you one thing. If we continue to give to God, God has promised to bless us. Don't worry. We are not taking third offering today.